Lots of slogans, few details. Mohamed El-Arian, he just put out a tweet as well saying there's a lack of meat in that speech. What were your key takeaways here?
I would have to agree. I think this was one of the more closely watched presidential addresses to Congress that I can remember in my years in Washington. And that's partly because we heard a lot from Donald Trump on the campaign trail. We have not heard a lot from him as president, filling in details on key promises like repealing Obamacare, like his $1 trillion infrastructure plan, like his increase in defense spending. He talked about all those things tonight. He still gave us almost no details. And I think a lot of folks in Washington, Democrats and Republicans alike, are going to be frustrated by that.
Yeah, how frustrated will they be with the fact that we're still wondering how he'll pay for everything that he's talked about?
And that's really the single biggest question that I think comes out of tonight. Again, we're talking about a $1 trillion plan for new roads and bridges. We're talking about repealing Obamacare, which would have some cost associated with it. He's already talked about a $54 billion increase in defense spending in the U.S. defense budget, another $30 billion on top of that for 2017. I'm not sure where this money comes from. I know the Republicans in Congress, who have built a reputation as being sort of budget hawks, don't know where the money comes from either. And Donald Trump gave us absolutely no answers on that tonight. I think there's going to be a lot of people asking that question tomorrow.
There was quite a bit of expectation that there would be downside pressure, more downside pressure than we're seeing in some of these asset classes if there is a lack of detail. Now, the question becomes, going forward, how does Donald Trump start to put these ideas into actual action?
And that is really the question that is going to occupy my time and the Washington Bureau for Bloomberg's time going forward. They are talking to Congress about Obamacare. They cannot come up with a plan that even Republicans can agree on, let alone Democrats. Forget the Democrats on that. The infrastructure plan, he talked tonight about a private-public partnership. Is that an infrastructure bank? Is that bonds? We don't know. That's a question a lot of Republicans are asking. On the defense spending, a lot of defense Republicans are very, pro-military. They don't want to see the deficit go up, the national debt go up, and so they're asking Donald Trump these questions. I think he's going to have to spend a lot more time working with Republicans on the Hill to try to get the answers to these questions, because we're still waiting, even after tonight's speech.